Alright, so I am back. And we're about to get busy. Oh man, I had another one. Oh no, they're missing the... Oh no, I did have one more. Guess I'll use this one. My neighbor's cutting grass. So I gotta take these out. Man, why did I put that in reverse? Alright, got that out. Just gotta pull this out. This is kind of in the way. I don't know if I can. Hold on, I need both hands for this. I had to gather all my stuff. I don't want all the wind to be blowing from the fan. We'll turn the fan off temporarily. Okay, basically the metal that's under here, I don't want it to. I know this is surface rust, but surface rust gets worse and worse. This black stuff, let me turn the music down. This black stuff is actually a undercoating. It's kind of similar to that stuff right there to protect it from rust. So I'm gonna clean this off just a little bit. Just give it a good little scrub. Little spot I got a zap right there. So it went ahead and went through. See, it kind of gets a little worse right there. Goes up a little bit. Nothing the welder can't handle. More undercoating and gunk. Stuff that I couldn't really reach from the inside. Yeah, gonna clean this up really good. Little cleaning R&R, I mean recon. And then next, I'm gonna be cutting this bad section off. That has to go. That's actually a section I really needed to get to. It's easy to get to it now, so I'll be getting to that. So this panel might not actually be getting put on today, but I will be having it because I gotta wait for the paint to dry and everything. So once I get all these little spots here cleaned up, and I'm gonna get this cut out, and then I'm gonna create a little patch to go here to restore that little section. That's Bondo, so that's somebody trying to. Actually, that's overabundance of Bondo. Basically, Play-Doh or putty to stop it from rusting after it had already gotten bad. Yeah, because this was just filled with Bondo. Man, finally got that crusty piece off right there. So got that off. Well, not off, but I mean, you know, I'm gonna be using this as a template. I just gotta hammer it back out flat, and I'm gonna just be beating it and pulling it until I get it all off, man. Can't stop beating it. And I'm basically be using pretty sure there's other ways to do it, but you know, like buy an air chisel. I just got a better compressor. But nobody's gonna be looking down here. I don't plan on selling the car, so I don't really care how butchered up it is. Really, like, as long as the water can't enter. That's me zapping that and closing it up. That's a previous wheel. Gotta plug those holes. That is exactly what she said. So, gonna be zipping this off. Here we go. I guess I could, yeah, do it like that so we can kind of get a little representation. I'm just trying to see where the spot welds are. I mean, I could cut the spot welds out, I could drill them out, it's whatever. I'm not really caring about how bent up it is, really. This is just my lazy way of doing it. There is better ways of doing this. I'm just doing this the lazy way. See, it's spot welded on here where it's somebody, the factory drilled a hole and then zapped it right there. So all I'm doing is separating the middle, separating the spot welds, kind of singling them out, segregating them. Ooh, don't want to cut my meat off. Hold up. So there you can see spot weld right there. There's gonna be one right there. I actually, broke one loose. There we go. There's a spot weld. We got the first one loose. Probably might be safer to just try to pull this like so. There we go. Safer with my fingers. Should be wearing gloves, but I'm living on the dangerous side. Probably should be wearing goggles. Like I said, living on the dangerous side. All right, ladies and gents, got most of it loose actually, not too bad. Just wiggling it out. I mean, they eventually pop out. They're not like the biggest and baddest spot welds ever. They're like super tiny anyway. Like, I mean, look at how small those holes are. Just tapped on there. Plenty of Bondo action. Man, that's just lazy. That's just lazy. That is just lazy work. But no worries. I'm gonna doctor all that up. Dr. J is here to save the day. So, finally got the rust cut out. A little bit of rust hole still there here and there, but I can zap that in. That's not too bad. A little rust here and there. I might just create that whole piece right there. You can see right there. And it's pretty bad. A lot of little holes. It's okay. It's only in that one little spot. Won't take that long. Alright, cut this out. I want to remember what this looked like, so I kind of left it there. It's a little piece. A lot of little pieces to put in. A lot of squares, a lot of rectangles. It's easier when there's nothing in here to get in the way. So now I'm about to proceed to pull this out, the fender. Kind of get this away. All this is bad metal, it's gotta go. Zipping in a new piece. And then when I'm done, I'm gonna shoot all under here with this rust reformer. So if it's rusty like this, it'll convert it. Once I get done welding, it'll convert it to a paintable surface. It'll convert it from rust to a primer. And then after that, I'll be using some of that. And after that, and I'll be shooting it with that right there. So yeah, UV resistant. And I guess while I'm under here, I can actually get I can get to this better, so I'll be welding this trunk brace back on here and trying to straighten it back out. So right now I'm using this dead blow, very heavy short hammer. It's super heavy at the bottom. And I don't know, I think this goes for a railroad or whatever, but you can use, I don't know, a chisel or whatever you got to kind of get in there and beat those things out if you don't have a drill. Feel like drilling, trying to find all these stupid spot welds. But I got one right there. There's one. Got that. Just pulling it apart slowly. And I'm gonna zip it out and get it out. So here we go. Almost done. Found this to be a whole lot easier to just cut this little piece out and to just recreate it. And then all I gotta do is just weld that back together. It'll give me the chance to actually make this piece good, because I see it's still separated anyway right here. So I'll probably end up cutting this piece out and welding it in pretty good. It'll give me a chance to rebuild all this. So this panel won't be getting put in anytime soon until I can protect the inner this what do we call it? This is a trunk floor extension. The quarter panel, the bottom of the quarter panel attaches to the floor extension. But I can still prep it and start building this metal up here. See, because of the way I did that, see the water that slings from the tires, it would have just got in here and it would have just rusted it out anyway. I didn't even think that I should have painted that on the inside, but I didn't. But, I'm gonna make it perfect. All right, that's the old piece of crap that I cut out. That goes there, and that's the new piece of crap. That is the new piece of crap, and that's the bend line that I have to create with a relief cut right there for the bend. I don't think I bent that enough. We'll find out. So it should fit here. And yeah, gonna definitely make it get in there real tight and smooth. And it looks like my bend line is a little off, but that's okay. I'll fix that. Well, I did get the patch roughed in. A little bit of a gap to fix, but I'd rather play with that than play with that Swiss cheese I had going on. And yeah, got a little bit of a gap to fill in, but it'll be all good. Phew. Almost got it roughed in, almost. Needs a little bit more of a bend, but not too much. And gotta bend that back into shape so it will all match the wheel well. And then I'll proceed with cutting this monstrosity out and making it look nice. And I could have kept the ridges in there, the ribs, I mean. These are called ribs for strengthening, but it's like, it's like half of a rib. So like, I mean, what's it really protecting? Yeah, so the old school guy was right. I don't think my battery is strong enough to be able to handle the starter. Plus my starter, it's a remanufactured one anyway. So I mean, he said it's this guy from San Antonio I know named Glenn. Tap that. Give me a couple of taps, little light taps all over. And it at least it does something besides click. You can hear it trying to turn over. See, it's trying to make a rotation. So I think it's my battery. My battery doesn't have enough juice in it to turn it over. So I mean, it's rusty, but I'm gonna get a better one, a better starter. And I mean, look at this battery. Look at this. Look at the spark it's making. It's supposed to be, and it's supposed to be like making fireworks. Look at that, man. This is like cigarette sparks. There we go. That's sort of something. It's supposed to be making all kind of hot sparks, like that, like big ones. That's nothing. So yeah, guess I'll take it off the fast charge, put it on a little bitty charge, and I'll come around to hooking up my aftermarket Hilla horns that I got in there. Hilla, and hooking these up since I got them on relays resistors to absorb all the electricity, because this thing definitely has more electronics in it than it came from the factory. I mean, those lights, the Hilla horns, Bluetooth radio, subwoofer, electric seats that I gotta refurbish. I'm actually gonna take these Ford seats out and get some out of a newer Dodge Dart. CB radio, and I think that's it. Oh, and the smart rear view camera, and I think that's probably it. Oh, and more speakers. I think that's it, probably.